Good afternoon. My name is Caitlin, Customer Success Manager here at SONAR, and welcome back to WithSONAR. This webinar is designed to help explore tools and use cases to enhance your overall SONAR experience. Last episode, we went over Batch Rate Intelligence, which is our multi-lane pricing tool with downloadable results. And this week, I'm going to talk through our real-time weather tools that we've partnered with WeatherOptics and Everstream to track weather conditions across the world. Now, nothing disrupts transportation like snowstorms expected to hit the South. As someone from the South, I know this better than most. So I figured I would talk through how you can track weather conditions while you're already in the tool pulling rates and market conditions when the storms hit. So bear with me while I share my screen. Okay, so you can find our critical events under the risk management tab at the top of your screen. I'm going to start off with WeatherOptics. And once you click on the tool, it is going to default to the US. But if you zoom out, you can see the entire world. So hurricanes forming off the coast as we go in to hurricane season later this year. But currently, we are focused on winter weather and those disruptions. Now, this is going to be real time. So as the weather gets worse, finally hits, you will be able to track that here. So at first glance, you will see all the colors we have going on currently with the anticipated winter storm. And you can also click on these colors to see what the disruption is and get some additional information on when it's expected to hit and those impacts. So winter storm warning, cold weather advisory, and you can also see at the top here what the colors on the map are going to stand for. Now in the chart at the bottom, this is going to show you a list of transportation facilities filtered by those that are having the most significant impact to those with the least. That's going to default to today, so you can see at first glance which locations are having the most significant impact and how you can get ahead of those to either pre-book those shipments or proactively communicate with the facilities to see if they're shutting down, what the roads look like in their area, and really just get ahead of any delays. You're also able to look at future conditions, so you can check tomorrow as we wrap up this Friday, knowing what's going to happen with my shipments that I have picking up on Saturdays, which typically is more minimal, but does still happen. So knowing, okay, is it getting worse anywhere? Which different locations are going to be impacted? Do I need to call these facilities? Do I need to see if we can push out pickup? Just really getting ahead of any delays as much as possible. And then for that further forecast, that 3 to 7 outlook, okay, now going into next week, is this going to get better? Am I still going to have delays? Is everything going to be shut down? Really looking at what's being impacted the most and what you can get ahead of. Now, you can also filter this down to those that are only having an high impact. Right now with the storm that's expected to hit the South and majority of the East Coast, there's a lot of high impact expected, more than usual, but good to see all the areas that are being impacted. And then if it wasn't such a critical weather weekend, this will be a lot less, and you could just drill down to a few areas that are having issues currently. Now, if you don't want to scroll through this list, you do have the option to export it out, and you can also search. So if you are looking for a specific area, I'm gonna check that out. Let's see what is going on for Nashville. You can drill down to Nashville specifically. It's going to show you those key facilities. So there's a CSX as well as the airport, obviously, but you can also expand these. So this is going to help see what impact is expected, but as well, like what time is it going to be the most significant, what areas are going to be most impacted, just to really see the most disruption. So road, not a flood, everything's going to freeze, potentially some power and life and property, and then the time that this is anticipated to hit as well. So really giving you a lot of information to help just update your drivers, carriers, and shippers as much as possible. If you just want to focus on the map, you can collapse the chart at the bottom. As I said at the beginning, we're going to show you those alerts and what each color means. You can also view the radar. This is just going to show you those current conditions, but still good to see as this is increasing and decreasing in real time. We also have traffic patterns available within the tool. So this is great just on a daily basis when severe weather is not planning to hit. If you have a shipment that's getting close to pick up and you want to proactively communicate that there's heavy traffic around the area, there's no way that your driver is going to be there in time, and providing further collateral with that update to truly show that, hey, traffic is at a standstill. There's no way that I could get into this facility. Now, additionally, if you are a broker and you're dealing with a carrier, or if you are a fleet manager and you're talking to a driver and they're saying that they're going to be late due to traffic, you can confirm if there is in fact traffic, because we know sometimes drivers are stuck at previous facilities and don't want to come off the load. So just having this as a backup for that further confirmation for what you're being told on the phone. You can also track significant events. So like right now we have the winter storms that you can click on and get that additional information. However, you can also view earthquakes or fires as we head into those seasons as well. Hyperlocal weather, so seeing temperature across the world, as well as tracking snow accumulation. That's going to be helpful as we go into this weekend and next week. So seeing, how much snow actually ended up hitting the areas. Did it hit anywhere that you weren't expecting it to? That's going to cause delays that weren't anticipated, because weather does have a mind of its own. So we try to forecast it as best we can, but once it actually is on the ground, good to be aware of what actually happened and what to do next. Lastly, we have the impact indices. So tracking overall road conditions is going to be huge with this severe weather threat this weekend. The South is not equipped to deal with snow. We don't have the equipment. We don't get snow that frequently. So roads are going to take some time to get back up, and drivers are just not going to want to drive if they don't have to. You can also check the business disruption index and see, okay, was it low? Did it get extreme? In which areas did this hit? Is this affecting my operations? Do I need to adjust anything? Now, there is a lot that you can do within this tool. My advice is to just play around with it. You can't break it, and let us know how we can help. Again, it's included within your SONAR subscription. Now, as if one weather tool is not enough, we are also partnered with Everstream. So you can access this under risk management at the top again. And then we will pull out another tool for you to track overall weather conditions for the entire world. You can see the zoom out. We are looking across the world. But you can zoom in. We are focusing on the US this week. And as you'll see there, lots of blue anticipated currently. So this is great to see any major assets that are going to be affected, which is what those donuts are highlighting there. So these are going to be those major assets: oil refineries, airports, seaports across the country. So those highlighted in green are no risk to minimal risk. And you can see the breakdown there. Orange is going to be right in the middle, and then red is going to be high risk. So most of the East Coast right now is in that high risk area, but good to break it down and see what to expect. Now those markets that are, or states that are also highlighted, you can hover over them and see what the warning is. And you can also click within that to see how many assets are at risk, so those major transportation facilities, and when it's expected to hit. So great to really dive into any specific areas. Obviously, this is expected to impact a lot of the East Coast, but you can drill down to those areas that maybe you still have shipments that are available for pickup or they're scheduled to pick up to go ahead and get ahead of those conditions. Now, if you zoom back out, or you can do it zoomed in, but just to show a better overview, you can also click over here and add some overlays. So you have a radar available within this tool as well. And looking pretty minimal, not seeing any snow hitting yet. And then you can also track that snowfall. So good for another source to see, or if you like the visibility on this better, to see how much snow actually ends up hitting. To again have that collateral, get ahead of it, see if it hit anywhere that you weren't expecting, again, like I said. But both of these tools are available within your SONAR subscription. So this is going to help ensure you're set up for those weather disruptions that are expected. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us at cs@gosonar.com or your account manager. We would be happy to talk through this with you further. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of WithSONAR. As always, if you have any requests for future episodes for products or highlights that you would like to see, you can leave them in the comments below. And thanks so much for coming to hang out with me. I will talk to you next time. Stay warm.